Shab-e-Mi'raj, the glorious night of ascension, a night unlike any other in the annals of Islamic history. There are events so majestic and miraculous that they transcend time and space. One such divine moment is Shab-e-Mi'raj, the night journey and ascension of Prophet Muhammad. This extraordinary event, mentioned both in the Quran and numerous authentic hadith, was not merely a spiritual voyage, it was a celestial honor granted by Allah SWT to his beloved messenger. Shab-e-Mi'raj is a journey in two parts: Al-Isra, the night journey from Makkah to Jerusalem; Al-Mi'raj, the ascension through the seven heavens to the divine presence of Allah SWT. This journey took place in a single night. It remains one of the most spiritually profound and mystically rich events in Islam. The context: before the journey, the year of sorrow, Am al-Hazan, before the miraculous journey, the Prophet faced immense trials: the death of his beloved wife Khadijah, the passing of his uncle and protector Abu Talib, harsh rejection from the people of Taif, where he was stoned until he bled. This period is known as Am al-Hazan, the year of sorrow. It was during this time of pain, isolation, and grief that Allah SWT granted his prophet a celestial gift, a journey that no man had ever experienced, no mind could fully comprehend. Part 1. Al-Isra, the night journey. Granic. Reference: Glory be to him who took his servant by night from Al-Masjid, Al-Haram, to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, whose surroundings we have blessed, to show him of our signs. Indeed, he is the hearing, the seeing. Surah Al-Isra, 17-1, the start of the journey. The Prophet was asleep near the Kaaba when Jibreel came to him and woke him gently. According to Sahih Hadith Bukhari Muslim, the Prophet's chest was opened and his heart was washed with Zamzam water and filled with wisdom and faith. He was then brought a celestial steed called Buraq, an animal larger than a donkey but smaller than a mule. Every step of Buraq covered a distance as far as the eye could see. From Makkah to Jerusalem, the journey began from Masjid al-Haram, Makkah, to Masjid al-Aqsa, Jerusalem, blessed sanctuary tied to the legacy of many prophets: Ibrahim, Musa, Dawud, and Isa. Upon reaching Masjid al-Aqsa, the Prophet led all the prophets in prayer. This moment symbolized his leadership over all previous messengers. The unity of the divine message from Adam to Muhammad. Part 2. Al-Mi'raj, the heavenly ascension, ascending the heavens from Jerusalem. The Prophet was ascended through the seven heavens, each level marked by divine encounters. First heaven gatekeeper angel asks, "Who is with Jibreel?" So they meet Adam. Adam welcomes him and shows him the souls of the righteous and the wicked. Second heaven, they meet Isa and Yahya, Jesus, and John. Both greet the Prophet with peace and blessings. Third heaven, here resides Yusuf. His beauty is described as having half the beauty of all mankind. Fourth heaven, Idris's ass is encountered. Allah SWT says in the Quran, "And we raised him to a high station." Surah Maryam, 1957. Fifth heaven, Harun, Aaron, the brother of Musa, is met here. Sixth heaven, the Prophet meets Musa. Musa weeps, saying, "A young man who was sent after me, yet more of his followers will enter paradise than mine." Seventh heaven, he meets Ibrahim leaning against Al-Bayt al-Mora, heavenly counterpart of the Kaaba. It's visited by 70,000 angels daily. Sidra al-Muntaha, the lote tree of the utmost boundary beyond. The seventh heaven lies the realm where no angel or soul may pass except the Prophet. This boundary, Sidrat al-Muntaha, marks the edge of created knowledge and existence. It was here that Jibreel said, "Beyond this, I cannot accompany you. If I go further, I will be consumed by divine light." Only Prophet Muhammad was granted the honor to cross this limit alone, the divine meeting beyond Sidrat al-Muntaha. The Prophet experienced al-Munajata, direct communion with Allah SWT. The details of this divine encounter remain sacred and partially veiled. However, from this meeting, monumental gifts were granted. 1. 5 daily prayers, Salah. Originally, 50 prayers were prescribed. On his return, Musa advised the Prophet to ask for a reduction, knowing the burden on humanity. After multiple returns to Allah, it was reduced to 5. With the reward of 50, this emphasizes the importance of Salah as a spiritual mirage for every believer, a divine gift rooted in Allah's mercy. Point 2. Revelation of Surah Al-Baqarah's last verses. These powerful verses were given directly from above the 7 heavens. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Surah Al-Baqarah 286-3. Promise of forgiveness for those who believed and did not associate partners with Allah. Forgiveness was promised. Spiritual significance of Shab-e-Mi'raj. Affirmation of the Prophet's status led all prophets. In prayer, went beyond angelic realms, spoke directly with Allah, SWTB link between heaven and earth. Salah is the rope that connects us to Allah, SWT. Miraj made prayer the central act of worship. See, unity of prophets. Night confirms the oneness of the divine message and the central role of Prophet Muhammad in its culmination. Historical and scholarly perspectives. 1. Timing of the event. Most scholars place the event around the 10th or 12th year of prophethood before the Hijrah. However, the exact date is debated. Some traditions mention 27th Rajab as the night of Miraj. Others mention different dates. The event is muttafaq agreed upon, in terms of its occurrence, but varies in timeline specifics too. Was it physical or spiritual? According to majority scholars Imam Nawawi, Ibn Kathir al-Qurtubi, the journey was both physical and spiritual, supported by a hadith in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Celebrating Shab-e-Mi'raj, not a fard or sunnah celebration. Many Muslims spend the night in voluntary prayers, nawafil. Dhikr, remembrance of Allah, recitation of Quran, reflecting on the Miraj and renewing commitment to Salah. The real celebration lies in implementing the message of Miraj, particularly maintaining 5 daily prayers. Lessons from Shab-e-Mi'raj. Turn to Allah in your deepest sorrows, just as the Prophet was honored after a year of grief. Relief often comes after hardship. The importance of Salah, the only obligation revealed beyond this world. It is the Mi'raj of the believer. Faith in the unseen. Abu Bakr believed instantly. If the Prophet said it, then it must be true. His unwavering faith earned him the title as-Siddiq. Unity of all prophets. Islam is a continuation and completion of the divine message brought by all previous prophets. Final reflection. Shab-e-Mi'raj is not just a historical event. It is a spiritual invitation, a reminder of Allah's majesty, called to nearness in a world clouded by distractions. Miraj reminds us that above the 7 heavens, our Lord waits to welcome our prayers. If Allah's WT invited his prophet to his presence, then through Salah, he invites each of us 5 times a day.